Welcome to Solution 2021 award ceremony. My name is Anniina Peisa and I'm from company Vision, and we are also organizer of Solution 2021 with the Finnish Association of Civil Engineers. Solution 2021 is a hackathon where teams solve challenges of infrastructure construction, and this was second time we had this event. Enablers of this hackathon are our great partners. Thank for them. This year we had 7 challenges, 23 mentors, 90 participants from 16 countries. Teams were working 40 hours from Friday 4 p.m. until to Sunday morning 8 a.m. We met teams during weekend, and now we will see what happened during that time.
My name is Shahrukh Naveed. I work as a developer in Rumble, Finland. I've been working in here since last 3.5 years already now. So yeah, I feel old already, but yeah. So yeah, and I'm a software developer, and then basically work on the front end and back end at the same time, so full stack in that sense. And right now in this challenge, I am participating in challenge number 3. So that's basically related to how the new construction of the bridges at the US highway and whatnot, and how it is kind of impacting the water bodies that are around. So the environmental and the health perspective of it, because they're getting a lot of data through sampling and whatnot, but what to really get out of that data. So data analytics and the visualization of it. And I think what we will also add as a plus on would be to really to predict and see based on different construction scheduling and whatnot, that how we can basically analyze that, what would the water bodies behave like, or, what would be the turbidity, for example, or temperature or pH values of the water bodies in the future. So there might be less sampling, and then we can basically, have that kind of algorithm developed. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other guys in your team, or are you just alone?
No. We are a pack of 4, like highly developed and people with strong domain knowledge. We have a data scientist that basically have been working on the data since 4 o'clock already now. Okay. So he's on the clock. And then we have 2 people that are related to the environmental and health. So they have domain knowledge of basically, what is turbidity and what are the limitations and how it gets impacted, and what are the different case scenarios, and how we can kind of correlate different features of the data that we get, and then how to visualize it.
Okay, good. So how it has started?
So it actually started pretty good. I was very excited with from the get-go. From I think our first meeting at the startup was at 2 o'clock. That actually went pretty good, and then the kickoff was at 4, and that was very informative. And actually, there has been a lot of expectations, and I think you guys did pretty good of so far managing it. So the data that we got was pretty clear. All the instructions were pretty clear. So we actually had some idea, and then what we actually kind of pledged to ourselves was that we're gonna do something from scratch rather than having some kind of so it just give it like actual real hackathon feeling, so that we work 40 hours and then we get our sweat done, and then have something ready by 8 o'clock Sunday. So that's the idea.
Okay, good. So have a great hackathon and good luck for you. So
thank you.
My name is Ariali Tidladla, and I'm from Cape Town and currently studying at the University of Cape Town, studying civil engineering.
Okay, good. And what challenge you are now solving in this hackathon Solution 2021?
So I am on challenge number 1, and on challenge number 1, we are dealing with how to secure a good travel experience on public transport.
how it has started?
At the moment, I think everything is going well because we are basically looking at the transport system or public transport system, looking on how we can make it more efficient and more comfortable for the people who use public transport in my country in this instance. But for my solution, I've used the data I have in South Africa and also data that I have from the UK because they do a lot of research in the UK about public transport. So I've kind of like integrated the both countries, their information. I've compared it to see the difference and see the solutions that they have in England and compare them to South Africa and how I can solve this problem. So I've managed to come up with at least I think 5 ideas which I've explained in detail on how I can secure a good travel experience in public transport for people.
Okay, great. I wish you good luck and hope we have great solutions and great event.
I come from Egypt. I have six years of experience in project management and technical engineering construction. At the moment, I'm studying at Metropolia University for Applied Sciences. I'm studying Master of Construction and Real Estate Management. I have interest in infrastructure since 2 years, for example, and I'm trying to update myself with the most recent information. Yes, that's all about myself. And I have a background of civil engineering, but during my career, I gained some information about architecture and MEP also, so not bad to work on infrastructure. Yes, concerning the challenge. So me and my colleagues are working on challenge number 7, which is speaking about how to assess the degree of completion of the design of infrastructure projects and visualize it to the stakeholders, for example. Yeah, it's really struggling when you have a meeting with your stakeholders or the owner of a project and you want to tell them how far did you go to with your design, and all you have is documents such as Excel sheets or layouts or something like that, and the stakeholders mostly are coming from non-engineering background, so it's a challenge. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to, firstly, we are working in 2 separate ways. The first one to assess the degree of completion of the design and to define a measurement, how to measure the how much did you finish. Infrastructure projects mostly are consists of different types or different elements. They can consist of bridges and roads, tunnels. You have underground networks that are going on down there, and each of them has the own designer who has to design this ones. And then you have to identify for each of them the steps of the design, and then you should now know how far did they go. Uniformly at the end, you should have a uniform scale for each one that you can assess the whole project as a whole, and you can explain it in one language. So not each one language. So it's a uniform language along the project. Then you have to visualize it. So to visualize it, and you don't have enough information, so we suggest to make something like preliminary model. Just like in the marketing, when you are marketing something, you have a general plan or general layout and model. 3D model is easy to eye. We are trying to use some user-friendly platforms of them where you can easily show it to the stakeholders and they are comfort, not with all the details and contour lines and numbers and those freaky stuff for them. So yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So how it's going on?
Yeah, it's going on great. We are working on the description of the challenge. We are trying to rewrite the description by our own words. and when we are trying to write the solution and trying to suggest some existing technologies that we can use in this challenge. And further on, we might make that video of 3 minutes to clarify what you want to say.
Okay.
It's a little bit short time to make something practical with our hands, but we will make some illustrations, maybe PowerPoint or Prezi, something to illustrate what we want to say. And then if there is a room to speak with anyone else after the challenge or during the challenge ends day, we can speak more and illustrate. We can do this with an example. That's
Exactly. Okay, good. I wish you good luck and thank you.
Okay, I'm Patricia Kyo. I'm Nigerian, and I've just finished my PhD program in the Texas A&M University. My research focused on circular economy and the reuse of industrial waste as building materials.
Okay. And what challenge you are joining in this hackathon solution 2021?
And the challenge is challenge number 5. It's how to integrate cost and environmental efficiency in infrastructure projects. And we are 3 people in our team, and we started working on the challenge this morning, and we've met with the mentors, and we're back to our teamwork now.
Okay, good. And how it has started? Is it good, or have you some problems, or everything fine?
Okay, it's going well. We have we have different time zones. One person is 2 hours ahead of me, and the other person is in Finland. So we are talking in terms of hours now, not time, so that we don't get confused. And it's helpful. Our discussions are helpful because we have the same interests. So we are looking at the problem, this challenge of making costs and environmental impacts of a project more efficient from the experience that we have in taking part in the experience we have in these kinds of problems. It's helpful for me to be able to practice what I have learned in school, what I've been working on, and I'm able to share with them. And then they're also able to bring up good ideas. And we're looking forward to making a good solution and winning the prize, I guess.
Okay, good. Sounds good. I wish you good luck and a great event and great solutions.
Thank you very much.
And thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And at the end, we got 16 solutions. And let's see what our great juror think about those solutions. Welcome our platinum partners, Johanna Salsted from WSP and Juho Siipo from Sweco. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you first introduce yourself, please, Johanna, if you start.
Okay. Well, good afternoon to all of you, and greetings from WSP Finland. I am the sector director of infrastructure sector in WSP Finland.
And Juho?
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I come from Sweco, which is the consulting company. Consists of 18,000 experts in northern Finland and transforming society together. And I'm responsible for the infrastructure business here in Finland, approximately 600 experts. And my background is transportation engineering, and nowadays I'm focusing more to develop people and the leadership. But nice to be here.
Great that you are here. First, why your company participate this hackathon? If you, Johanna, start.
Okay, well, actually, we participated also last time, and that was such a good experience for our mentors. We got very good insights and new ideas that we wanted to participate this time as well. And so we we are again a platinum partner, and our challenge is the challenge number 5, how to integrate costs and environmental efficiency in infrastructure projects.
Thanks. What about you, Juho? Why Sweco participate this hackathon?
As we all know that the world is facing a lot of challenges like climate change and biodiversity and urbanization and demographic changes, and now the change of working life in the future. I think we need more than ever kind of cross-discipline thinking and diversity teams solving these problems. Engineers, architects, experts of natural sciences, social sciences, data scientists, for example, and I would say that the creativity and creating innovation is challenged now in this new normal hybrid work life. And people are not meeting randomly in the offices, and you cannot force the innovation. So basically you have to find new ways to do that. And I think this is a good example, kind of hackathon way to create something new with the cross-discipline teams.
Thanks. What do you think about generally about hackathons? Just a good way to have a new ideas, or do you have something to add? You just said.
I suppose that in this kind of environment that you have a quite short period, very intensive work with the cross-discipline team, it will create something out of the box thinking that we probably don't think in a normal working life in the projects or the normal cooperation with the clients. So I think this adds value.
Yes. Good. What about Johanna? What kind of solutions there was? What was the first thoughts you saw those?
Okay. Well, my first thoughts, I was generally very surprised of the great variety of teams we had. So we had teams from companies, and we had teams from universities, and we had teams from all over the world. But however, I would say that all you teams, despite the backgrounds, you all gave us very good insights, your own insights to the challenges, and very valuable aspects to the challenges. And I would say that all of you, I would want to congratulate all of you already now, because none of you participated this in vain. I've discussed with the jury and the mentors, and they say that already now they've got very good new fresh ideas to their everyday work from the hard work you've done for the whole weekend.
Good, great to hear. Then finally, we go to the finalists. And first, challenge 1. Finalist is Team Skopje. Challenge 2, Team Dr. Sahmir. Challenge 3, Team I4Sight. Challenge 4, Team Avery. Challenge 5, Team Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. Challenge 6, Team Peter Road. And Challenge 7, Team Mava. So these are the finalists, and then jury will tell decisions. Please, Juho, if you start with runner-ups.
All right. Runner-ups, the reasoning here for the runner-up award, first one, there's a 2-1 coming, 2,000 euros for Team I4Sight. And the reasoning goes that team could identify the problem of the challenge well, end users were considered and artificial intelligence was well utilized. And then another runner-up reasoning for this, also 2,000 euros reward to Team AFRI. Goals of the challenge were well understood. Different technologies were utilized in many ways, and the solution was well executed considering the time available, just 40 hours for the hackathon.
And now we will see videos of these runner-ups.
Hello, that's Team Efri, made of Esan, Sanjay, Artyom, and Andrei. And we are participating in challenge number 4, how to visualize cost differences for optional infra project alternatives. So in large infra projects involve large capital investments and have huge impact on environment. And for choosing the most suitable option among different variants, citizen consensus is important. But usually this defining information consists of complex cost schedules, traffic analysis, environmental impact comparisons, and etc. It is difficult to understand for the end user. Then the question comes, how to represent to average citizen different costs and the economical sense of building different options in simple and understandable way without typical cost shadows. The easiest way to understand various data for a human is simply visualize it. Our main idea is to combine all the information in one source and let the people fly over the road alignment and see aerial views of the whole situation with text annotations, let them to see the most complicated parts of the road highlighted by different colors. So using game engine Unity, we give opportunity for people to see all the data merged in one 3D environment. And in addition to this, user-friendly interface was developed to represent numerical data in real-time updating colored graphs. Our workflow was built this way that we combined all the geometry data, such as GIS, 3D mesh city models, and infrastructure objects from open sources and also from design stages with numerical data. We combined it through Grasshopper and Rhino. We were processing those data, and as output, we had our 3D models in Unity, and also made interface using Human UI, which is a plugin for Grasshopper. Here you can see the prototype made in Unity, and you can see here that it's possible to fly through the road alignment, and then the text annotations will appear. So with costs and carbon footprint, so we can get more clear overview from a aerial camera view. The models can still be updated to a newer one, to higher quality. So here we're just showing the concept that it's possible to combine the data all together and have a view. To import all the data to Unity and to define the camera alignment path for flying, this was made a code using C# coding language. And then you can see the user-friendly interface made through Grasshopper. So here you can see 3D models of both road alignments, and then you can see all these cost comparisons, and all the data is real-time updating with actual Excel sheets. That's how typical interface in Grasshopper looks like. And then talking about developing this idea more out of the hackathon scope, we can present more detailed analysis of each factor contributed to the total cost, for example, in every section of the road, highlighting the more expensive areas, like more complicated areas. And then we can visualize other environmental factors like minimizing the changes that will happen to the ecosystem of animals and natural ground levels and water levels. And finally, better and more accurate 3D mesh city models required for better and more realistic representation. Thank you for your attention. That was every team.
Congratulations for I4Sight and Team AFRY. And then Johanna will tell winner of Solution 2021. Please, Johanna.
Thank you. So the winner for Solution 2021 will get a prize of 3,000 euros. And the winner is the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology and Alumni, and they participated the challenge number 5. So based on the questions from the teams, our mentors had good expectations. All the teams raised relevant and challenging issues of cost, carbon, and environment efficiency of infrastructure projects, and found interesting and innovative perspectives to approach the challenge. And during the mentoring, there were also questions about the sustainable construction of infrastructure projects in general, which was very great to see. But it was nice to see how thoroughly the winning team had understood the complex challenge and how relevant results were produced in such a short time. I knew we had set a demanding task. However, after the results, I think that combining cost and carbon footprint assessment with the data model is technically feasible and may be closer than we dare to hope. So congratulations, Karlsruhe Institute of Technology and Alumni.
And now we will see video of the winner.
Hello, our name is Tim,
Matthias,
Manuel,
and we like to present you our solution for model-based sustainability data integration. Our Finnish is not so good, so you have to read the Finnish title yourself.
As of now, we have unconnected infrastructure data located in different files, BIM models and databases. We developed a unique project classification code, UPC, to integrate these data silos to a combined data model. Our classification can be seen as a barcode, which allows us to structure relevant aspects of a project. The first part, project code, contains basic information about project hierarchy, construction phase and location. The second part, the asset code, classifies BIM elements according to the Finnish Infra BIM classification system. To work with the model integrated sustainability assessment, the BIM model requires distinct entities to link further semantic data. To allow evaluation on different levels, the UPC has to be attached to each entity as an attribute. After that, the bill of quantities, together with the UPC, can be exported as a comma-separated value file or IFC to use in a business intelligence system.
After we equipped our data with our unique data classification, we can bring all the data together within a business intelligence system. Here you can see on the top our project data classification and our asset data classification. The remarkable feature is that this dashboard is completely interactive. If I, for example, choose the 2 road projects, the evaluations on the bottom are filtered according to my selection. Additionally, I can set an asset-related filter, and then, for example, just the pavement-related costs are highlighted. When I offset the filters, the initial results appear. Our dashboard integrates the costs, 2 impact categories of environmental impacts, and an example for the communication of biodiversity results by providing assessment and certification documents. These documents can be equipped with a link so that you can jump to additional information. On the back end of the dashboard, a data model exists. In this data model, you can see on the top our unique data classification and on the bottom our different sustainability categories. The cost data, for example, results from an integration of different budget Excel files. Our environmental data are calculated by using the results of an open ecological database and the bill of quantities, which comes from the export of our BIM model. Our biodiversity results is a list of documents which can be assessed by the dashboard. Our solution can be used by decision makers to evaluate infrastructure projects holistically.
Congratulations, Matthias.
thank you very much.
So could you tell shortly about your team and how was your weekend with the Solution 2021?
Yes, of course. Well, we are a team of three people you saw in the video. We all worked or studied at Karlsruhe University of Technology, and that's where we met because 2 of us wrote our master thesis under the supervision of the third one. And we are more focused on bridge construction normally. Sustainability in bridge construction using BIM, and then when we saw this hackathon challenge, I called up the others who are now working at different companies if we would like to form a team, and that's how we came together and participated. Okay, good. About our solution. Oh.
Yeah, you can go to your solution.
Okay.
But first, if you can tell how was it the weekend?
Okay. It was demanding. We started Friday at 5 o'clock our time or 4 o'clock, and Friday was more on a conceptual basis. So we more or less only made drawings about our data model, our classification code, naming conventions, searching through databases, but not writing anything down. And then on Saturday, and was about 2 o'clock I think when we stopped, and then Saturday we started early, and it took some time. I think the video you saw before was recorded at 6 o'clock in the morning. So we were more or less not really good at talking anymore, but I think it was enough apparently. And that was the end. And then we went to sleep and hoped for it. And now we are really happy to be here again.
Okay, so there was some sleep during the weekend.
Yeah, sleep in the morning after submission mostly. Yes.
Yeah. So tell us more about your solution shortly.
Okay, to make it short, our problem is that data is there already. We have a lot of ecological data, a lot of cost data, and so on. But it's diverted, and you're not able to bring it together to give decision makers a basis to make an informed decision on the very end. And therefore, our approach was to have this unique classification code, which can be attached to each object in the BIM model. And then we have our database, which can consist of documents, of ecological databases, or of cost calculations, which just can be linked through this classification code to one or less objects. And because our classification code is built up in a project hierarchy, it is easy to make two evaluations on different levels. Like, okay, I want to see all street data. I want to see all the data on water pipes and so on. And that's more or less our approach, is to bring all different data sets together and have this one code which describes each object and makes it possible to link data to these BIM objects.
Okay, good.
In a nutshell.
One more thing, do you want to send some regards?
Yes, of course. I want to send regards to my teammates who are now working in their own companies. Regards to my professor who sent me the link of this hackathon, and to everybody who supported us with snacks and beverages and everything.
Okay, great.
Thanks to all of you.
Thanks to you, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
And many thanks all of you, our partners, mentors, teams, individual participants. We had a great event. And next year we will have Solution 2022. And so stay on tune and see you next year.